Show with Dino, Jack and Ash.
Okay, call us up. Tell us what you did over the weekend. If it had some spice to it. Collingwood finally lost, Ash?
I know, heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Buddy Franklin, Isaac Heaney down forward. We just could not outdo them. Did you see Buddy's goal?
Which one?
He did this cool little one-handed scoop and snap. It was unreal.
How did I miss that?
It was really cool, Dean. Yeah, but very sad that we lost. But
Hey, walk it off, mate.
hey, there's next
Walk it
week.
off.
There's always next week.
Some teams have won 2 games for the year, mate. Walk it off.
Sunday's going to be
I know,
huge.
but this is the pointy end of the season, and we really.
Don't reel off those sayings,
Are you-
Caro.
But now we're sitting at number 5.
Pointy end, my butt. No, fair enough.
Are you going Sunday, Ash?
Yeah. I'll be aiming to. Yep.
I was at the Carlton game Saturday night, and we sat probably for the first 2 quarters or 3 quarters. We sat there being like, this crowd is dead. It was really weird for a Saturday night game. The crowd was just quiet and there wasn't a huge vibe. And then at the end, everyone around me was crying.
Oh no,
Mate, that picked up a lot.
Oh, wow.
Jesus. What a game. I
know.
Say.
that was a very good game.
D's finally doing something.
I know, because I pick it. Well done.
Luke, what do you reckon, mate? What did you do on the weekend, you big dog?
I went out to Greyburn and got my hair cut.
Yes,
and on the way home, we went and got to the Mandalay Club, got a nice feed, and watched people play golf.
You son of a bitch. Was
It
there...
was great.
Did you get a mullet, man? Are you a mullet boy?
Nah, not unfortunately.
No, not unfortunately at all. You're running your own race.
What's your style of choice then?
I get the sides shortened and the top a little bit spiky,
Oh, that's nice. That's
like a porcupine.
Wow.
Like a grade 2 haircut.
Yeah, nice. Well, that sounds nice, mate. You could win first class and 50k for your efforts.
Oh, cheers. Cheers, thanks, guys.
Hey, pleasure. So you want to do sesh chat, Jacqueline?
Yeah, we haven't done that for over a year. 13, 24, 10.
Sesh chat.
If you had a sesh over the weekend, if anything happened, you have anything you'd like to share. I, on Saturday night after the footy, lost my keys and had to sleep on a mate's couch. So
Oh,
the sesh
grim.
didn't end well.
Oh, boy. Morning, Melbourne. Hope you had a good weekend. Apparently, Chris Rock was at the Swans Collingwood game, and BT's rolled out a gag. Did you hear this, Ash?
I didn't hear the joke. I saw that Chris Rock was at the game though. Oh, actually, yes. I
I'm
think
trying to
I know
find
what
the
you're
audio.
talking about. I think I do know what you're talking about.
What?
That he knows how to take a slap or
BT rolled that out.
something like it was.
So
something
Chris
like
Rock is in the stands at the Sydney Collingwood game, and BT's rolled out a slap gag.
that. Yeah.
Can I get the audio of this? What is?
I didn't realise it was BT who said it. I remember hearing in the commentary something about him taking a slap well. And
I'm going to hear this.
Right.
it was something along
I need
those
to track
lines.
that down as well.
Brian, Deanna, good morning.
Hello.
Hey, Deanna, what'd you do on the weekend, friend?
We had the freak storms at Craigieburn with all the hailstones, and we're having lunch, and all of a sudden we all got evacuated because the chicken shop caught on fire.
Oh, not
Everyone-
Jesus
the
Christ.
chicken shop.
The chicken shop. So poor owners.
Oh,
So the whole
man.
chicken shop, all the roof got done up, so all the alarms went off, and everyone had to get evacuated.
But the
So
chicken
that
shop's
was
still standing, though. It's still there, right?
It's still there, but I think it's a bit damaged at the moment. So, yeah, it was very, we couldn't even see the roads, the hailstorms, and it was like snow everywhere.
No
in
shit.
Craigieburn.
I heard about this,
it
but
was-
saw nothing of it.
And
No.
out at Lara, there was a massive lightning strike, and
What?
a footy
Footy
game had
yes.
to get called off and evacuated.
It was weird when I'd actually did look at the radar because I was at my parents' on the peninsula and it was hailing hard in Mount Eliza where I was. Yet then I was FaceTiming a mate in the city and it was sunny and fine.
Well, see, and I was watching a game at Park Orchards, and thunder
Right.
started rolling in, and then the lightning started, and I was like, aren't they going to call the game off? But they
Yeah.
didn't. They just kept playing.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, Diana, when it said Freak Weekend on your call, I thought it was a completely different call, but that's pretty interesting, and all the best to you. And yes,
Did
Jay?
you get to actually consume any chook, Diana, or was...
No,
God.
just sat down down, and then everyone obviously got evacuated. So yeah,
Life is shit sometimes.
The use of evacuation in a
life.
chicken shop, I love it. We're
That's
evacuated.
exactly right. That's life. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I'm going to send Diana 6 bottles of wine from Zonzo Estate. Enjoy authentic Italian
thank
cuisine
you.
paired with the perfect drop at Zonzo Estate in the heart of the Yarra
Thank
Valley.
you.
Hey,
Have a great day.
No, you have a great day. A couple other things in the news. Alec Baldwin and that awful accident that happened with the Rust set and the DOP getting killed. The forensics experts are saying that the gun couldn't have accidentally gone off.
Yeah.
Nothing positive out of this story.
Because, of course, in December, he did an interview with ABC News saying he never
Yeah.
pulled the trigger, but FBI analysis is now saying, well, it couldn't have gone off without the trigger being pulled.
But still, what do you do? Ugh.
I feel for him as well because I can imagine in an interview that would feel like the right thing to say, and you would just sort of almost tell yourself that, I've just got to go with this. But it's like, no, mate, you're going to get found out.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? But do you think maybe he's just blacked it out or something?
So, yeah, all that.
Or in the handling of the gun,
He didn't realise
he
that
didn't realise he'd pulled it.
Yeah, maybe it's
I don't
not a
know.
matter of him going
No.
The
lying.
intent wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just messed up. Bad situation. Other cool shit. Not that was cool. Ooh. In Scotland, there's the best UFO photo ever has been resurfaced. It's from 1990. Check this shit out. Google it today, people. Look at that big boy. What, Ash? Why are you scrunching your face?
Latrobe University.
Whoa, that's an ad. Why are you scrunching your face?
I don't know. It looks a little Photoshopped to me.
Bro, they don't have Photoshop in 1990. This is a glossy photo. Look at it.
No, I'm with Ash. That's an Adobe job.
Yeah.
You've been
Paint.
fooled, mate.
You know how you trace around it in paint back in the day and then carry it over and drop
And
it
the
in?
squiggly lines just sort of shake as you do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you dumb sheep.
I know exactly how that was done.
It would take a very long time. So I spent a lot of
Absolutely.
time
I mean,
on
you.
it.
You dumb sheep, both of you.
Pretty much.
Jack, you watching the documentary I told you both to watch about
Yes.
Woodstock 1999?
Because the deal was, Dino, we will have watched the whole series by tomorrow, I think it was.
It's called Trainwreck. It's on Netflix. Are you enjoying it, Jack?
I'm loving it. I've smashed the first episode. I'm going to finish the next two this afternoon. I love the way it's done. I love the MTV reporter. They've got a reporter there who was at the festival talking to punters, and I love her point of view. It's all so interesting, and also just the human race are sometimes worrisome.
Specifically, big bro dudes.
Yeah. And I'm so glad that in this first episode, they brought up what was popular in pop culture at the time. Because as I was watching Dino, I was thinking, all right, if a group of kids or people my age went to a Woodstock nowadays, what would we be doing? And we would be finding the most Instagrammable places
Yeah.
to take photos of each other, and probably, yes, we'd be getting lit and partying, but you wouldn't be going wild like they did. But as this doco explains, around that time, American Pie was huge. So men were just beating their chests and all about having sex with women. And then was it heavy rock or rock was
New wave rock.
New wave rock is a big thing. So it makes so much sense to me now as to why they behave like absolute pigs.
Mate.
It's so interesting. You have to watch it.
I'll have to binge that tonight because I forgot I was meant to watch that over the weekend.
There's no way in hell you're watching 3 episodes before tomorrow.
How long is each ep?
4 hours.
45 minutes. Oi, just watch it during the songs, mate.
Yeah.
This morning.
Okay.
And then just remember. Benjamin and Belgrave. What do you reckon?
morning.
What do you got for us, brother?
Mate, obviously, I watched Trainwreck the other night, and, mate, that's hectic. There's not enough security guards, not enough paramedics.
Yeah.
And it would have absolutely stunk with those portaloos just everywhere.
Mate.
And then they're swimming through it.
Mate.
I still want to find out what trench mouth is.
Ben, it's unbelievable, right?
Yes, it is. But I was calling out about these donuts I hear you keep talking about. So
Yes.
I went and bought a 6-pack of Daniel's donuts.
Oh, yes.
What'd you think?
And mate, they are pretty good.
Oh, yes.
Which is your favourite?
Excellent.
Sorry?
Which is your favourite?
All right, the vanilla slice,
Oh.
the salted caramel,
What's going on here? We're just advertising Daniel's Donuts. Hey, and why not? What a fine donut.
How many did you eat, Ben?
How many did you smash down, brother?
Well, I bought a 6-pack for the family, so I ended up having 1.5. We shared them. We shared it to the max.
Well, guess what, Ben? You've just won yourself a Daniel's dozen pack of Daniels.
Oh, great. Awesome. Thank you.
Haley in Hillville. Haley.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
10 out of 10, sister.
That's good. I'm just calling up to see my football girls won our prelim on the weekend. So I was just wondering if we could have like a Daniel's Donuts or something to celebrate because we're pretty excited.
I love that we've just become the Daniel's Donuts hotline. But,
Well,
Haley,
at least
because...
something. Like, I just want to surprise them with something because like we came back from being down and we ended up winning by 3 points and securing it. So
good
yeah, we did well.
Very big.
And
very
you avoided any lightning strikes, Haley?
Yeah, we were pretty lucky. It was just a lot of rain. So yeah, very lucky.
Right.
Well, how many of you are in the team?
There's 24 of us.
Okay, well, I will send you 2 Daniel's dozens, which is 26 donuts in total.
Thank you so much. The girls are going to love it.
They bloody will.
Absolutely.
Who doesn't love a donut? Who doesn't love bristle? Brian Taylor. Wow.
What a man.
Wow. He goes on a run of 6 here. Wow. Chris Rock was in the crowd at the Sydney game, and I heard that he ran with the slapping gag.
Yeah.
And we've got the audio. Let's have a listen.
Famous face here.
Bit of blood on Dane Rampy's face. He's also going to come off for the blood rule now.
Chris Rock there, of course, of grown-ups fame, and he just accepts a slap really well these days, doesn't he? Chris Rock.
I reckon he's, in terms of A-listers, just behind Buddy Franklin in terms of number 1 at the SCG today, BT.
Yep.
Tom.
A nasty one.
A bit of fun.
Hey, I'm going to defend BT there. Where were his mates? Like, pump him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Fake laugh for the poor guy.
I was more shocked by of everything Chris Rock has done grown-ups.
Yeah, that's your go-to.
That was what you went with?
Is that what he said?
Yeah,
grown-ups
fame.
Chris Rock will be thrilled.
It's the one Chris Rock movie he's seen.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a bit of fun.
I do feel
nothing
for
in
those-
that, BT.
Exactly. I feel for those commentators. There's just so much air to fill. I'd be saying wow 14 times.
Yeah. Why not? Get some mileage out of it. All right, back in a second.
It's the early show with Dino, Jack and Ash. Get up and go.
On Nova 100.
Yes, good morning, rather. Welcome to your Tuesday.
Good Melbourne.
Good Melbourne, that's what I was going for. It's Jack and Ash with you. Dino has finally succumbed to that little nosy nasal situation he had going on.
Oh, yes. I had that a couple of weeks ago. I think it's been doing the rounds, that head cold thing.
It has. There's actually 10 of us in the breakfast team and 3 people are down today.
Yep.
So
basically everyone I know has got it at the moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not surprised it's doing the rounds.
I've been okay, but I guarantee because I just said that, tomorrow I will not be well. Hey, big news around Essendon.
Yeah, so there's been a bit of turmoil at the club. We saw the president, Paul Brasher, step down, and a big review into the club was also launched off the back of Bombers' performance this season. They've had 7 wins from 21 games. So now there's some doubt over Ben Rutten's future as coach. There's talk that the club's now circling Alistair Clark's. And so the race for Clarko is really heating up now because, of course, a few other clubs have been keeping their eye on him as well as prospective coach. So he's hot property at the moment. Obviously, no confirmation yet whether Rutten is gone or not as coach. It's all just speculation at this point in time. But, man, if you're Clarko and you've got that many clubs vying for you.
I know. Just keep adding on zeros at the end of that figure, man.
That's exactly right.
Yesterday we were in the office and Campbell Brown, former Hawthorn player, obviously has ties with Alistair Clarkson. He was in chatting to Brodie and I in the office about it, and he said there's no way Clarko will go to Essendon.
Okay.
So my vibe yesterday was that he won't be going.
Where does he think he'd be going?
I think North was his vibe. But then after all of the reports and everything yesterday, I'm starting to think he will be going to Essendon.
What does Brownie think?
Well, that's a good question. We'll have to ask him about that after 6. We will be covering that just after 6 o'clock. And Jack and Ash this morning. Dino's not feeling too right, but I'm sure he'll be back tomorrow.
And now I know you can't be mad at someone for being sick,
Yeah.
but of all the days to be sick, I'm annoyed that it's today for a couple of reasons.
Why?
One, because I'm wearing a T-shirt with the phrase coined by Dean.
Oh,
Jeez
geez Louise.
what else? And number two, I was up late watching that doco about Woodstock, the 99 Woodstock.
You watched it?
Well, I got through what I could after I got home from Swim Squad, so I'm exhausted, and he's not even here.
I know. I thought about that last night, but I was low-key happy he's not here because I still haven't watched the other two.
Yeah,
eps.
I need to catch up.
So-
I'll catch up today.
I was going to say, it buys us some time.
It does.
Before the song, I was talking about First Class and 50K because we are launching a new thing today called Two Chance Tuesday. So if you get on the air across any show on Nova, you get to go in the draw for First Class and 50K twice. It doesn't count on the Nova player, though. Let's cross to some callers quickly. Good morning, Shani.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Wow, I did not mean to do
Jack
that.
is shooting from the hip today. Hey, Shani, you're from Lara. Were you caught up in that crazy lightning strike over the weekend?
Absolutely not. I was at home watching my nephew collect hailstorms in buckets throughout the backyard.
Oh, fun.
That is fun.
How exciting's hail as a kid?
Yeah, it's so fun.
Hey,
so fun as an adult.
Shani, you are in the draw for First Class and 50K, not once, but twice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Adam in Craigieburn, good morning, mate.
How you going, mate? All right?
Good. You're calling for First Class and 50K?
Yes, please, mate.
You are in the draw twice, and let's go to, finally, JJ in Pakenham.
Good morning, team. I've been a long-time podcaster. It's nice to actually listen and be able to call in for one.
Oh, listening live, JJ.
Yeah, I've just picked up a truck driving job at my work, so now I get up early enough to hear us live. It's a great way to start the day.
Thank you. Is the podcast, I imagine listening to us on a podcast is weird because we're so, in the moment of the morning.
Yes.
Does it still translate?
It is, and you have to wait until the weekend to actually hear it, which is always a long wait.
Oh, yeah, because for those of you listening live that don't podcast, our early show podcast drops on a Saturday because they really try to make people wait. And I think it's something to do with the numbers, JJ. I think it charts better or something. I don't know. Yeah. But JJ, thank you for listening, mate, and you're in the draw for First Class and 50K.
Thanks, guys.
Now, last night was a big night at the Regent Theatre because it was the opening of Hairspray.
Yes.
Now, I remember Hairspray back in 2007, I think it came out, was one of the first films I saw at the cinema.
Okay, and were you a fan when it came out?
Loved it. Because
On
I
the
was a
screen.
dancer,
Yeah.
it really spoke to me. I thought it was really cool.
And John Travolta's in that film.
John Travolta's in it, Queen Latifah. It's an iconic movie from my childhood. And it was the second movie I saw. I remember the first one was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and it was at AMC Cinemas in Frankston.
Right.
Do you remember
yes,
them?
Yes.
And I remember loving it. So last night I was extremely excited to head along to the show, and it didn't disappoint. Shane Jacobson.
Yes.
He played the role of... her name's just escaped me. The mum, anyway.
Oh.
Edna.
Okay, so the role played by John Travolta in the film.
Yes, Shane Jacobson took
Amazing.
that. He did it so well. And it wasn't until the end of the show I said to my sister, who was that? That was awesome. And she's like, that was Shane Jacobson.
Oh, what a legend.
So he killed it. Todd McKenney killed it.
Yep.
After the interval, there's a really beautiful duet between Todd McKenney and Shane Jacobson that's quite comical. And Rhonda Birchmore.
Oh.
She played the role of Velma, the sort of old school bitchy mum.
Yes.
And she was great. She nailed that role. It was just like one big shot of serotonin. So if you're even remotely into theatre, I don't think you need to be too thespo to go and see it, but it's a really, really great show.
Amazing.
And a highlight for me was walking up the steps of the Regent Theatre, and to my left, people might have seen on Instagram, they had this hairspray thing. It was like at the Oscars now. You know how they have those quick cams?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so
and you pose and it gets a really cool slow-mo shot of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I got up and got a photo, and the publicist said, "You've got to go down and do that, Jack." But the line was too long. But I'm flat
And
I
you
didn't.
don't line up.
No, I don't like lining up. I'm flat I didn't because Alan Ruskell was standing to the side of that interviewing people, and I could just see him eyeing off that media wall, wanting to get a bottle of the hairspray and have a go at it. But he had a job to do, man.
Oh, how disappointing.
I know. But it was awesome, and I would highly recommend going to see it.
I feel like Rascal, that's a miss not having him in the show. I feel like he would be a star in Hairspray.
That is a very good point.
Yeah.
He could be Shane Jacobson's understudy for Edna.
Yes.
When it's Jack and Ash with you. And Ash, I thought we were done with ScoMo, yet overnight there are a million headlines and articles about him. What's going on?
Scott Morrison is the gift that keeps on giving. So it has been revealed that while he was Prime Minister at the height of the pandemic, Scott Morrison swore himself into 3 cabinet portfolios. Those were health, finance and resources.
Right.
It basically meant that he had the power to override the decisions of the ministers that were actually in those roles.
So he sort of top-dogged them.
He top-dogged
Put
them.
himself above them.
He did. He gave himself...
Huge flex.
Huge. But the thing is, he didn't actually tell anyone. He did it in secret. So a lot of the ministers that were affected didn't actually know this was going on.
That he was the puppet master above them?
That's right. So he had these wide-ranging powers to basically override their decision-making, and no one knew. So now it's come out, and now Anthony Albanese, the current Prime Minister, is calling for an investigation, even to the point that Peter Dutton, the new opposition leader, is saying he was completely unaware that ScoMo had done this.
So did these ministers become aware of it during ScoMo's reign or not?
One of them would have, because he would have been directly impacted, but a lot of the ministers had no idea.
Wow.
So things were being... decisions that they'd made were changing, and I didn't realise.
ScoMo's the most awful thing he did was play the ukulele. Not this.
I know, not this. But I do want to hear from people 13 24 10 if you or someone you know has given themselves a job title or given themselves a role. I worked with a reporter years and years ago when I worked in regional Victoria.
Yeah.
And she'd given herself the title of entertainment reporter. And
good on her.
Because I saw it on her email signature, and I said to someone, I didn't realise that she was the entertainment reporter, and they said, oh, no, she's not. That shouldn't be on there. Like, the boss probably just hasn't noticed it.
Because back in the day, I don't think we can do it here at Nova, but we could change our email signatures.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first started on CSB at the start of 2016, and I think I was hired as junior producer because, I was the bottom of the ranks. And I didn't like that. So I think I changed my email signature to entertainment producer, the same thing, by the end of the year.
Sure.
So it must be a real showbiz thing.
Did anyone pick up on it?
No, they eventually changed it. That's so my life. But they eventually changed it. But 13 24 10, did you make up your job title or change it? And it's Jack and Ash with you. Dino off sick, but we'll be back with us tomorrow. Hey, last night at the Hairspray Melbourne premiere, I was at the Regent Theatre. I ran into a few people. Joel Creasy was there, Matt Preston was there, a few movers and shakers of Melbourne, and someone that was there was Sharon from The Block.
Oh, yes.
Who was on Neighbours a few years ago for quite a while.
Okay.
And she was... I've been quite loyal to Swanee watching The Masked Singer, but The Block is rating really well. A lot of people are watching it.
Yeah, because it's got a lot of controversy this season. It's got the couple that walked off.
Yeah, Ellen Joel who left, which was a great way to start the season.
Yeah.
And then I watched the first couple of episodes because it's based in the Macedon Ranges. It's a beautiful backdrop. It feels refreshed. Mm-hmm. And last night I saw Shayna Blaze was there and Sharon, one of the contestants.
Sure.
And I saw, this is just a bit of Block tea for everyone that's watching. I saw them sort of not go near each other as they walked in, and I've been seeing articles, I think on Sunday night, Shayna upset Sharon by some comments about her bathroom. Anyway, I had a chat to Sharon. I hope I'm not talking out of school here, but she was sort of explaining to me that every year it feels like Shayna picks a couple to pick on.
Right.
And then this year she feels as if it's her and her husband.
So she thought she was the target.
I think she is, and I think she will continue to be throughout the season. Because
isn't that the point of the judges, to judge?
I think so, but I think Shane is known for maybe
zeroing in.
Okay.
I
remember back in the day, Alyssa and Lysandra, the twins.
Yeah, but they've ended up being very successful.
They have.
Their own.
Anyway, we'll see. But it looks like a great season. Speaking of the Masked Singer, we'll chat about who went home and was unmasked last night. Tony Martin will be on the show after 8:00, and we're also catching up with a CBD doctor, Dr. James Stewart. That's all next.
It's the early show with Dino, Jack and Ash. Get up and go.
On Nova 100.
Hey, you bastards. What did I miss yesterday?
Welcome back.
What did you miss? We did a deep dive into our mate ScoMo and him appointing himself several other titles whilst he was Prime Minister. Thought we were done with him, but apparently we're not.
I love that his colleagues didn't know about it, that he was just able to override them.
And we're up to 5.
Yeah, 5 portfolios
different portfolios now.
Yeah, now some of his colleagues are turning their back on him and calling for his resignation, saying they didn't know.
He didn't even tell Frydenberg.
There was just no way to tell he was a weirdo the whole time.
Oh my God.
The Hemsworths, how are they going to bring the Tassie tiger back? Wait. I reckon they're going to get the sap off a tree from 50,000 years ago. And inside that sap will be a mosquito. And inside that mosquito, Tassie tiger blood.
Yes.
Huge.
You've nailed it. Are you a researcher at Melbourne Uni?
Yes.
Yes, Dean's fixed it. So the Hemsworths back a company that is investing in this Melbourne Uni project to revive the Tasmanian tiger. It died out in the 1930s, and now they're looking to bring it back and then reintroduce it back to Tassie. So they're also looking to do it with the woolly mammoth as well and return that to the Arctic tundra as well.
Is there Tassie tiger sperm in a freezer somewhere in Tasmania?
Yeah, so it's a thylacine genetic restoration lab. So they've basically taken the genome of a specimen and
Nerd alert.
I know.
Call me cynical, but do we need the Tassie tiger back?
Well, I'm looking at it. It looks like a mongrel. It looks
Dingo.
like a stray dog that had sex with some kind of jungle cat and hasn't eaten much.
Right.
Can we bring back something cuter? This one sucks.
Let's bring back a dinosaur, something fun.
I feel like a dinosaur might do a lot of damage though, Jack.
You don't know that. Get the plant ones.
Yeah. I do.
Marco, what do you reckon?
Yeah, quick question. What about the dingo apart from the Tassie tiger?
Right on, man. Dingo's more handsome than this mongrel offshoot of Satan.
This looks like a budget dingo.
Looks like a crack smoking dingo.
Yeah. That disappeared some time ago, and we don't know if it's coming back.
No, we don't, brother. Good point. Have some donuts, my man.
A dozen Daniel's donuts for you, Marco, which is actually 13.
What?
Oh, thank you.
Huge.
Here's a song. Back in a sec. If you'd like to call us, 13 24 10 about anything. Melbourne, good morning. Yeah, you look good and smell good. That's the truth. It's the early show, and I've been waiting for you guys to watch this friggin' documentary on Netflix called Trainwreck about the 1999 Woodstock. Who's watched it?
I've not completed it.
I have watched it. I've done my homework.
Well done, Ashley. All right, so.
Holy cow.
Yeah, what are your initial thoughts?
Oh, I've lost all faith in humanity. People are the worst.
Well, the good thing is that it was like 20 years ago now, over 20 years ago.
So we've developed a little bit. I think trying to take the theme of the original Woodstock, which was peace, love, flowers.
Hippie
vibes, then try and create a new event with the bands that they selected, like Limp Bizkit, Red Hot Chili Peppers. It was never going to translate into a similar vibe.
Right.
It was never going to work.
Well, I just think they were high in general because, Ash, on the band list, there were sort of lovey-dovey, beautiful hippie-esque acts. Like Willie Nelson was on there.
Yes.
Jewel performed.
Yeah.
Like, they're not Korn, you know?
No.
But then they put in Korn, Limp Bizkit.
You put Korn on in the first night, that Friday night. That's sort of setting the tone for the remainder of the weekend. So even if you do have these sort of lovey-dovey, hippie-vibed acts, they're already in the vibe of Korn.
It was such a mash of different, like eclectic kind of sounding bands. It was quite bizarre.
And then you put them all on a tarmac on an old Air Force base rather than like the cool breezy hills.
Yeah.
And then they didn't give them water or anything.
No.
And then people just turned psycho.
If you put 250,000 people in one spot without water, they're going to start losing their minds.
Well, and it just seemed to be a lot of dudes with their hats backwards and no shirt. Like they were feral, man.
Trench mouth.
They're my worst people. Those bro people are my worst people.
Oh, I know. That brought me a lot of rage. Just even in the mosh pits, how there were the circles of people just wanting to
the tit grabbers,
push each other, and like the assaults and everything that occurred.
It looked as if they just collected all of UCLA, like that uni in California, and then dropped them at that Air Force.
And the lack of accountability from the promoters and the people running it just going, oh, it's the bands. And then the bands were like, well, it's the people running it. Everyone was handballing.
Even from the first episode I've watched, the fact that the organisers and promoters didn't check things like the food deal they did, where they didn't have any control of what the price of food and drink would be, so no one could afford to buy water.
No.
It's not easy to put on a festival, like a good festival.
But I mean, something as basic as access to drinking water that doesn't have fecal matter in it, if you can't do that right.
Or have the option, shit or no shit. Like, come, Paul in Geelong.
Yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes, thanks to you guys, and I just can't believe that the way humanity's going, mate. Just gobsmacked.
It wasn't the olden days, 1999.
No,
you
it
wouldn't
wasn't.
think that could happen, right?
No, well, look, I was their age at 99. Like, I was 18, and, I went to festivals, like, offshore and that in Torquay and Falls and that, and it was nothing like what they were like. It was just ridiculous.
It's wild,
And it was a real mob mentality. Once it seemed to spread, everyone just jumped on board.
Yeah, full Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
Maybe they were worried about Y2K or something. They thought the world was going to end and that was their last chance.
It's a good point, Jack. You know the Umbilical Brothers, Paul, that Aussie sound effects act? Do you remember those guys?
I should. Yeah. Are you calling me old now, or?
Yeah, maybe. Hey, they were performing at the Woodstock we're talking about, and you can YouTube
Oh, really?
it. Yeah, man, you can YouTube it. And all the bros start going, "What the F is this shit? Whoa, bro!" And like these
I just feel bad for the people in the rave tent when like they would all been in having a good time, and then all the idiots from Limp Bizkit and all that come across.
Yeah.
Like the ravers wouldn't have been causing any dramas. They would have been in their own space, having a great time.
So true.
Minding their own business.
I tend to agree, mate. And then all of a sudden, some bogan drives an ambulance into the crowd.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Thanks for calling up, mate. Donuts for you. Daniel's dozen. It's 13 donuts, not 12.
Wow, thank you.
Go and watch this. It's crazy. It's 3 eps. Jack hasn't found time.
I've been so busy, guys.
Hey, Quinton in Bacchus Marsh. What's going on, friend?
Good morning, beautiful people. How are you?
Yeah, real well.
Doing well. I was just calling to try and get in on the 50K.
Yeah, right. Easy. Done.
Yes, but I wanted to donate it to you guys so you can get your trip to Vegas.
Ah, brother. That's too much, and we'll take it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Can we rig it now so Quinton wins?
Yeah, right. I wish. Quinton, great name, by the way.
Oh, thank you. You can thank my mum for that one.
I will. I'll send her a DM.
Hey, no, you
I don't
do.
know my
Hey,
wife and
Quinton, you do not want Jack DMing your mum.
No.
If it starts off all nice and then it goes it's real sinister at about 2 a.m. on Sunday morning.
My mum, Marilyn, had to block him.
It's real bad.
Guys,
Yeah.
my mum's not on Insta, but I'll guarantee you now, you couldn't handle her.
All right, now I wish she was. So Vegas, you reckon? We'll go get married, Quinton. Finally. Me and you.
We can
bro.
do it?
Yes, mate.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes.
I can
Yeah.
I can have 2 wives. You can be my second.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Absolutely. Hold the line. Andrew in Chelsea, what do you want, friend?
Good morning, Dino, Jack and Ash. Look, I was listening yesterday, and I want to know a bit more information about the medical hoochie-goochie, because I've got an auntie that's got long-term, real bad back problems and really struggling. And so, apparently it's fantastic stuff. And, I'd like to know a bit more. But and the other thing is, Dino, glad you could turn up today too. Thank you. Good job.
Hey, I was sniffly. Like, what are you going to do? Yeah, the sniffles.
He was genuinely cruel.
But did you say weed, did you, brother?
Beg your pardon?
You want some weed from the doctor is what I heard, and the man's name is...
The great Dr. James Stewart. What you got to do, Andrew, jump on his website, drjamesstewart.com.au, and you can follow a link there to book in with him. But he's a lovely man, and that was a really interesting chat yesterday.
Yeah, it's meant to be great for chronic pain and illness.
Yes.
People are getting a lot of relief through
Dino,
it.
you left some brilliant questions in your Type 5.
Yeah, man.
You asked Dr. James.
Well, I feel like the humble weed plant has got a bad rap since oh, God, I sound like a hippie, since the government in the 60s. But no, in all seriousness... yeah, maybe. In all seriousness, go and chat to this doctor because it's not, you're not smoking a bong or anything. It's science and it's medicine. It's good.
Yeah, great. I really appreciate that. Yeah, closet hippie, Dino.
Yeah, well, come and let's sit around a fire.
Hey, speaking of hippies, we missed some big news over the weekend.
What?
The great man Snoop Dogg.
Did somebody say that you love me?
He's launched a new product.
No shit.
Snoop Loops breakfast cereal.
What do we got in these boys?
More corn,
more
flavour, and more marshmallows.
Corn.
Any other ingredient?
They are gluten-free.
Any other ingredient? Any green?
No, he hasn't.
Can we go back to corn? Why are you eating corn for breakfast?
Mate, all those dodgy cereals are made of corn.
Filled with corn.
Apparently corn is real evil. I watched a documentary on corn.
Is it?
And not the band corn.
Are we now being given homework to watch the corn doco?
That's a doco I can get around, though, because that's a revelation to me. But I didn't realise it was so bad for you. But these Snoop Loops I love in the package. There are just these like 3 different green Snoop Loops dropped into the graphic. So I was like, surely there's a little bit of
magic.
Bit of magic in there for your morning cereal.
Yeah.
I should be clear. Corn, char-grilled corn from Fonda, not bad for you. But apparently a lot of big business was making their cows eat corn. Are you with me? You're glazing over, you two idiots.
No.
And to save money, they were feeding the cows corn. And then all sorts of bad shit happened. It's all in the documentary.
Sounding like a conspiracy theorist.
It's all in the documentary. That's my favourite line.
Just watch it. Time for one more prize, if you'd like. All you have to do is call us up and sing us a song. Sing us a song. Hey, what else have we learned about ScoMo when he's appointing himself secretly 5 other minister roles? It's been everywhere in the last 24 hours. Are we closer to knowing why the sneaky bugger did that?
Well, he's saying it was a bit of a safeguard at the height of the pandemic. It was a bit of a backup, I guess, in instances where he needed to step in. But if you think that was the case, you would think the affected ministers would be appointed. The ministry more broadly would be made aware,
Yeah.
and the public would be made aware.
Is it a bit presumptuous to think that he could do all that shit himself?
I think he can.
No, I know you can legally, but like the job, that's like if the shit hit the fan, he's just going to do all those jobs.
Oh, without question.
Yeah.
And also, I would love to know whose idea it was to do that press conference yesterday, because I don't think that helped him at all.
No.
Or if you're going to do that and face the music, maybe come prepared with some better answers.
What do you reckon yesterday?
That he did the right thing in a crisis, and that he would rather be here explaining himself rather than having not done it.
And he's also saying he won't be standing down as the member for Cook because he hasn't broken any laws or rules. So now there's also questions to the Governor-General about, his involvement in all of it, but he's saying he had no reason to believe that this move wouldn't be communicated, which seems to be
the Governor-General, right, once he'd assisted ScoMo with this, he would have then surely been like, hey man, when are you going to let everyone know, or are you going to let people know?
No shit.
Yeah. It's all so bizarre.
It's bizarre.
And considering Scott Morrison came under so much heat for his absence during times of crisis, like the bushfires, etc., it's weird that he'd then give himself more responsibility.
It's a very good point, Ash.
Anyway, well,
he's always wearing them Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah.
Playing the uke.
Wonder if he's got a new job yet.
Well, he's a member for Cook. He's still got a job.
Yeah. That I don't know if that'll last.
Yeah.
No.
Imagine rocking up to work one day and he's in the cubicle next to you. It's like, meet the new dude, ScoMo.
He's a bit of a dork, but he loves table tennis.
Also, at the Christmas party, he plays a mad ukulele tune.
Yeah.
So we've got that to look forward to,
That's
Sharon.
true. Well, maybe Scotty from marketing will actually go into marketing. It makes sense.
Because Gladys, when she got the ass, she got this sweet job at Optus.
Yeah, and pretty quickly.
Yeah. Like, she's hireable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you're hiring someone, their vibe's part of it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I'd argue Gladdy probably a little more likeable, though, than
I
ScoMo.
would tend to agree with that, yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
She's walked into a sick job.
She's passed the vibe check.
Who's hiring Scotty?
I mean, I actually cannot think of one workplace that would.
Well, maybe I could see him as a ticket usher.
Oh, yeah.
It's that sort of vibe. Like, maybe at Hillsong or something, just get the kids to the chairs.
Hillsong, that's it.
Actually, you're right. There'll be something church related.
Yeah.
ScoMo at the Opera House.
Ah, well. Hey, Melbourne, what are you doing? 13, 24, 10. Good morning, everyone. It's the early show on Nova 100. Kelly and East Bentley. What's going on?
Good morning, guys. Look, I just wanted to ring in and say how fabulous you guys are. I'm a swimming mum and I'm constantly up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and you guys just brighten my day up. I love you guys. I love listening to you on the to and fro from the pool. And, you're doing a great job.
Holy shit, that's lovely.
That's lovely. It's our first swimming mum.
I was going to say, of all the sports for kids to play, swimming would be the most brutal as a parent because...
Up there with rowing.
Oh, you would be up so early, Kelly.
Yes.
Kelly, question. I've got a big question. If you throw a baby in the water, does it hold its breath?
Oh, you'd have to ask my mother-in-law about all that. I've got no idea. Probably. You know...
Kelly, you'd watch a lot of swimming. What's the ugliest stroke to watch? Like, what do you not enjoy watching?
My son doesn't swim breaststroke, but I would say butterfly or breaststroke.
Yeah, it's weird, eh? Butterfly feels so unco when you learn it.
Hard work as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you ever regret getting your kids into swimming?
Oh, there's a bit of history behind our family, so there's always been someone swimming, but... No, I don't, because they truly love it.
Yeah.
Wicked. Hey, Kelly, you will say hello to your children for us, and thank you for your lovely phone call.
Kelly, we're going to send you a double pass to Boost Mobile Winter's Jam at Urban Surf. The kids will love Urban Surf, and you're also in the draw for Nova's first class and 50K.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
One of the greats. There she goes. It's Reese in Tullamarine.
Morning, guys.
Now, if you're on your way to the gym... Do you have that sort of special juice stuff that gets you jacked up and ready to go? You know, that people put in those...
pre-workout.
Yeah.
I just had a monster-sized Red Bull.
Oh, God, your poor heart.
Oh, shit, man.
Oh.
Reese, hey, I'm not a doctor.
When you've got two kids crying all night, you need something before you get up to go to the gym, you know?
Oh.
My chest hurts just thinking about it.
Don't stay home and look after them. Go to the gym, pump some workout and go to the gym.
Reese, I reckon have 2 Red Bulls.
I might have a second on the way home.
No, please don't.
Do you feel your heart race, Reese? Because if I'm on a night out and I have a vodka Red Bull, I wake up at 3 a.m. with my heart racing.
No, I'm used to it now. I have about 10 coffees a day and a Red Bull, so it doesn't really do much anymore.
All right, now speaking of coffees, I'm trying to adjust my coffee intake because I don't want long blacks anymore. They're a bit boring, so I want some milk. Which is the less fat one?
I have oat milk.
Oh, that's more fatty than normal milk, I just read.
I reckon because of the amount of coffee I have throughout the day, I can't have that much milk, so I'd move to oat milk.
Gotcha.
Would you go old school and have a piccolo with just normal skinny milk, like dairy milk?
No.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you would, Reese? Because I reckon skinny milk tastes funny.
Oh, okay.
Yuck.
Yeah, it's definitely not like normal milk, but I also just have short blacks as well.
Right, okay, I'll just stop. I'll just walk it off and just keep having long blacks. Ash, you're being very quiet.
I mean, I just think it comes down to, at the end of the day, a splash of milk isn't going to make all that much of a difference. Just have whatever milk you prefer.
But I have a large one from Macca's. That's a shitload of milk, Ashley.
Yeah, but like in the scheme of your whole day, I don't think...
It's okay?
I don't think the milk is going to be the make or break.
Do you reckon it's the other stuff I'm doing?
I reckon maybe adjusting other stuff.
Would you look at adjusting, going to a piccolo or changing the coffee order, or no? It's the milk that's got to change.
You think if I rock up to Macca's Collingwood and say the word piccolo, the child behind the thing's going to know what it is?
Absolutely, you're in Collingwood.
All right, I'll test that tomorrow, brother.
I don't think
For
Jack.
sure.
All right, mate.
Old River at Hoddle Street.
Can you record that, please?
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you.
Reese, here's a prize, you big dog.
We're going to send you a double pass to The Invitation. The horror film The Invitation is in cinemas August 25.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. And Dino, go Eagles.
Yes! Even though we've won 2 games for the season. Woo!
I scored box tickets to Carlton Collingwood.
You're kidding. I can't get my hands on tickets.
If I can get a +1, I'll take you, maybe.
Thank you.
There you won't take
I
me.
actually go for the team. This is
I go for both teams.
That doesn't work, Jack.
I'm there to support AFL.
That's bullshit.
Oh.
You know that's bullshit.
I do.
Gabby in Cranny West. Gabrielle. How you going?
Good morning. I don't know how you can support both Carlton and Collingwood. I just want to put that out there.
Thank you,
I feel
Gabby.
like
Gab's
Great ideas.
Jack's going for free piss and
the what are they? The scones. You get cream and jam scones in the Fox
so
Footy box.
annoying. You don't even.
Okay, so Gabby, I'll make a decision now. This Sunday, who do I support? I think I just go for Collingwood because I grew up Collingwood.
Or just give me the box and the person who actually goes for one of the teams can enjoy the game.
But I go for both.
I'm also supporting the food, but I think my husband would kill me if I said go Carlton. So you have to support the Pies. As much as that cuts me, but yeah.
Jack, that doesn't mean you're going Pies. Let's be honest.
I'll go for my multi.
Yeah, all right. Stand for something, and your multi will do. That's absolutely. Gabby, what are you doing anyway right now?
Yeah, just a long drive to work this morning.
How long's the drive?
Hour and a half, depending on the roadwork.
That's a full feature-length movie just to get to work.
Yeah, you guys get me through.
What are you doing in Morwell, Gabby? Milk and cows?
No, nothing that exciting. I work in Victorian Public Service, so it's a little government job, which I don't know how many people are admitting to that at the moment.
Oh, yeah. How many coffees do you drink on the way to Morwell?
I limit myself to one, so I make it super hot, so I just have to do baby sips. And then when I get there, it's another one straight away.
Well, Gabby, it's lovely to meet you, and we're sending you to Hawaii.
We're absolutely not sending you to Hawaii.
My favourite.
What we will do is put you in the draw for first class and 50k, Gabby, and we're also going to send you a double pass to The Invitation, a new horror film coming out next August 25, next Wednesday.
Oh, that's next year? Okay, cool, amazing. Thank you very much.
Jack, Ferris wheel story. Go.
I'm in. I've got Ferris wheel news out of Ohio. After a daringly frisky couple have been charged with public indecency after they were caught allegedly having sex on board a Ferris wheel.
That's pretty cool.
So the handsy duo, David Davis and Heather Johnson, they sound like quite serious people.
Well, David Davis is also the name of a politician.
Is it where? In Australia?
In Victoria.
Right.
Was it him rooting in the Ferris wheel?
I don't know. We'll need to find out.
They did the deed inside a chair of the giant wheel, which I have questions because there's two types of Ferris wheels. There's like the old school Ferris wheel where it's just you're sort of dangling, sitting outside on the chair.
Yes.
Or there's like the Star we had at Docklands where you're in an enclosed glass sort of capsule.
Correct, Jack.
Because if you're in the one where you're seated side by side with your legs kind of hanging over the edge, that's high
Degree
risk.
of difficulty 10.
Yeah.
But if you've got a blanket over you, both of you can do hand stuff.
True.
But they weren't just doing hand stuff. They were doing the full deed, weren't they?
Whoa!
Well, apparently they had 2 women and 2 girls under the age of 18 who were in the Ferris wheel chair behind them.
Oh, God.
Which I'm like, are they referring to a capsule or the chair behind them? I hope they mean in a whole other glass sort of box. Anyway, they went, when they got off the ride, went and reported the incident. But my favourite thing about this whole story is the couple initially denied that they were having sex. They said, no, we weren't.
Mm-hmm.
And old Davis, like a politician, this is actually quite a politician-like excuse. He said that he'd simply bent down over the chair to pick up a pack of cigarettes. And then that's all he was doing.
And then how does he explain the thrusting?
Yeah.
Like, did a cigarette slip into someone? Like, I don't understand what you're trying to get at there.
Yeah.
They later had to go to court
Oh.
and finally came clean.
Oh, they
So
did.
the cigarette excuse went out the window.
Oh, no.
The cigarette defence didn't hold water?
Didn't hold up. They were charged with first-degree meaners, and there's a chance they will face 180 days behind bars.
What?
So I hope it was worth it.
Yeah.
I hope they got the kick they were after.
What were the charges again? Public indecency.
Public indecency.
Kelly in East Bentley, do you endorse sex on a Ferris wheel?
It's a swimming mom.
I didn't mean to get through again. Oh, my God. But no, I highly do not.
Okay, just checking.
Thanks, swimming mum.
Just checking, swimming mum. All the very best. It's the early show, Nova 100. You got something quick, Ash?
Yeah, I do. Kanye West is being ripped online by fans over his new Yeezy Gap collection. So he's got this new collaboration with Balenciaga. Well, he's come under fire because he's channeling flea market vibes when it comes to the actual setup at the stores. He's requested that all of the clothes just be thrown into massive garbage bags and people have to kind of pick through the bags to find their size, the colour, all of the things they want. Apparently, it was hanging up around the store, but he requested that it actually be set up this way.
This is just some Karen getting cranky about an aesthetic he likes. Like, it looks cool. It's
genius.
vibe.
If
I
you're,
like it too.
If you're paying $450 for a T-shirt, do you want to be rummaging through a plastic bag on the ground?
Yeah, because it's a part of the, like, Yeezy experience.
Like, what is that? How hard is that to look through a bag?
But if you're spending that much money...
It's not about what you're spending, though. It's about going in and, like, you're purchasing an item from Kanye, and that's the experience he wanted you to have. It's like an artistic sort of gallery, if you will.
No.
It is.
Hey.
That is just bowing down to someone who's got this wacky idea and going, I'm going to charge whatever I want. You can rummage around.
It's art, Ash.
What?
Ash, yeah.
I could not disagree more.
Balenciaga are literally selling garbage-like bags
They
and those
are.
sorts of bags because that's sort of what's on trend for them at the moment. So Ye's just like bowing down to that, buying into it.
Oh.
Don't worry, mate. That's never going to happen at Lululemon, so you're sweet.
Whoa!
It's the early show with Dino, Jack and Ash. Get up and go.
On Nova 100.
Hey.
Good morning.
Hey.
Yo.
Good morning.
So the Bali bomber guy, the dude that made the bomb, he's getting let out after 10 years.
Yeah. So it's part of their Independence Day. Sometimes they'll review, I guess, some of the sentences, and he's being let out early.
Chappelle got 9 years for the boogie board, and the bomb dude gets 10 years. What? What's all that about?
Seems like a bit of an injustice, hey? Pretty devastating for the families, you know, of victims and those who are caught up in the attacks themselves.
And when they do this, do they have to give reasoning? Like, do they hand down a release on why or anything? Or?
Well, like I said, to do with the Independence Day.
So it's just simple as that.
The boogie
Bizarre.
board. The weed boogie board will get you 9, and making an explosive device will get you 10.
Well, and they also said they feel like he was reformed.
Right. Yeah. I wonder if Chappelle ever found her man. Remember a couple of weeks ago she uploaded that graphic and she doodled out her boyfriend?
Nah, tell me.
She uploaded a graphic of her and I think Wayan was her ex underneath an Air Asia flight in Bali, but she doodled him out because they've split up and asked people to comment with mates or friends that could be appropriate for her to date.
Doodled is not a word I've heard in a little while.
It's a doodle though, isn't it?
It is a doodle.
And has she found love? Do you have any evidence that she's found love?
Well, there's 817 tags, so surely out of
She's bound
those
to
comments,
found someone.
yeah, there's someone up there in Queensland.
By sheer numbers, one of those tags will be the one for Chappelle,
The
right?
odds are in her favour.
Right to Russia. I read this morning that Vlad is offering women a cash bonus for having 10 children.
10?
10 children.
Why?
Can you imagine that? That means your body's making babies for a decade, right? And that's just maths.
Like, and that's if you churn them out.
Mate!
Vlad's clearly been binging The Handmaid's Tale.
No
Yeah.
Gotten some ideas.
Or getting some underpopulation ideas from Elon Musk.
It's so grim. The cash bonus is like a 1-year salary as well. So, like, you get to the 10th and get, like, enough for a good year financially. After the 10th.
Your body.
Can you imagine?
Oh, no, I can't. I can't imagine.
At least give 10 years per kid.
No
then,
shit.
Then you've got 100 years of, good dosh.
Yes.
A year?
Wait, a decade of baby making.
That's
constant baby making for one shitty salary.
That's a decade of not drinking, not eating sushi.
And just your body doing weird things, right, Ash?
Yes.
Jesus.
That man is not right. Far out.
But this anthem, strong.
It is strong.
It makes you want to do gymnastics.
He was dating a gymnast.
Yeah,
Vlad was?
Yeah, he had a love child with her.
But like not like a mature, like a retired gymnast, right? Right?
Yeah.
I just Googled the 1 million rubes that he's offering.
Rubles?
The one-off payment.
Is it rubes or rubles?
Rubles.
I don't know.
No, it's rubles, sorry.
Oh.
I missed the L. It translates to only 23,000 Australian dollars.
Not
so
enough.
It's not even a salary.
Not enough for 10 kids.
Piss on that, Vlad. I'm not making 10 babies for
20 grand.
Not for a Toyota Camry, you bastard. Too much?
That would like barely cover the cost of raising
Mate.
the one child.
Legit. That's like 10 nappies.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
come on.
Vlad, you're out of touch.
Come on, Vlad. Welcome to Friday.
We made it.
Yeah, we did make it.
Did you ask for a piccolo at McDonald's this morning?
Nah, I went back to oat. It's just yum. And then,
It
Ash,
is.
you said, don't worry, man.
Well, I mean...
You said, don't worry, fat boy.
That's not what I said. I just think in the scheme of life, worrying about the dash of milk in your coffee.
What about, though, Ash, if I get to the end of the year and all them coffees add up to 4 kilos?
I don't think a dash of milk is
What
gonna...
happens when he has a blocked artery? It's your fault.
Yeah, Ash. You going to tell my kids?
No.
His
What children?
unborn
Do
children?
I need to find the children that you've fathered and then tell them? Or-
Sadly, yes.
It sounds like a big job.
It's going to take a long time and no one's going to enjoy it.
No.
You're going to have to jump on JQ 187 to Perth.
Correct.
And start knocking on doors.
Oh, little Johnny.
Now-
He's so sad.
I want everyone to give our next caller a lot of empathy and sympathy because Sebastian from Preston has called up and it just says here had a moment yesterday going to the bathroom. Take it away, Sebastian.
Yep, went into a public bathroom, stepped up to the urinal. There's already somebody there. I was proceeding to do my business. He'd obviously finished his. And I just heard the door. Didn't hear anything else. Once the guy finished beside me, he just stepped away and I heard him walk straight out the door.
So he didn't wash his hands. Is that what you're saying, brother?
No, well, in this climate, I hope I make it a point of washing my hands.
Yep. All right.
So
What was the last bit?
he made a point of washing
his hands, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
So that's the worst that happened in the bathroom? That's not too bad, man.
Just
you get
come off
past
the back
that.
of a pandemic. Wash your hands.
No,
mate.
exactly.
Brother, you're
You've got to wash your hands.
You're going to rebuild. You'll rebuild from this incident.
He's
You'll
about
be
to
fine.
walk into a work meeting and shake
Ash,
someone's hand.
Ash, I know-
and
hey.
what's been in that hand?
I know it's gross, but
That's disgusting.
you've never been to the MCG toilet. No one stops past the tap on the way
I
out.
know, it's putrid.
You dirty dogs.
Oh, and then they all shake hands.
Yes.
Yeah. It's really, not okay. I agree with you, Ash. After COVID, not washing your hands after going to the toilet is
Filthy.
highly illegal, I'm going to say.
Yes.
Highly illegal.
Yeah.
And just sanitizing them, because I've caught a mate do it before, and I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, we're eating together, like you said. He goes, yeah, but I sanitize them. I'm like, no. You need to use some hot water and some soap.
Yeah, dog.
Like, sanitizer is the aftermath. It's like the hand lotion.
Yeah.
You do it after.
Yes.
It doesn't excuse you from using
Yeah,
the
it's like the
Dettol.
aftershave after
Correct.
you've shaven.
Hey, gang, we know that washing your hands is the right thing to do, you know?
You seemed okay with the fact that
Yeah, you just wanted to glide
walked
over that.
out.
Sometimes I get amnesia. No, it's gross. What? Sebastian, here's a prize,
We're
man.
sorry for what you've been through.
Yeah, eighth. And you, as I said, you'll rebuild and you'll come back stronger from this man not washing his hands. Yes, what?
I had to open the door.
Yuck.
All
All right, well, you've opened up another little bag. So when it comes to toilet doors, I always never touch the handle, ever. Ever.
Yep, same.
You guys understand?
How do you do it?
With a little bit of paper.
Same.
And then sadly, I open it with the bit of paper and just drop the bit of paper. That's not cool.
So
you know
you're
what I mean?
also- So you're a little
little-
bug.
Yeah, but I need to get out of there.
Yeah.
A tip for you: I leave the seat open because I'm talking about the cubicle. If you're using the cubicle, seat open, cubicle door.
Yeah.
I pull 2 sheets of toilet paper, put one in my pocket, right, for when I exit. The first little square I use for the cubicle door to open, then quickly drop it into the bowl.
Yeah.
So I leave the lid open. Then you wash your hands. Then when you go out, I use the second bit of toilet paper to pull the door open.
This is strategic planning
I'm
to
a
the
full
max.
germaphobe though. Like it's but I appreciate Sebastian you calling up and
Yeah, thanks, Seth.
bringing this up. I mean, you asked for vulnerable callers, Dino, and this is as vulnerable as it gets.
I love it.
It really is.
And if anyone else out there is vulnerable and wants to share some shit like that, call us 13 24 10. And never, ever, ever touch toilet doors, Ash.
Yeah.
Ever.
Ever.
Key.
Sebastian,
Yes.
never touch them. Sadly, we've opened a door here and people are calling up for toilet tips.
I love this, though. I'm passionate about this topic because
Charlie-
it's unacceptable. to
Charlie,
me.
don't be gross. I don't want to hear about any acts of going to the toilet. I want to hear toilet tips about avoiding the gross doors.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah, the best way, you put a gloves, the plastic gloves, you know what I mean? And you don't have to touch anything. You don't have to put a papers or whatever. It's very clean. I agree with you. Sometimes some of the toilets are very filthy and it's disgusting.
Charlie, if I'm wearing a surgical glove in a toilet, people think I want to give them a prostate exam.
No. These days, they can think whatever they think, as long as you don't catch any germs.
So you BYO plastic gloves wherever you go.
Jesus.
No. I only when I go to the toilet. When I go to especially it's a public toilet, it's in a shopping center or whatever. Because especially McDonald's, Kentucky, all this sort of stuff, It's filthy. You go there.
I know, man.
Even you can't. You don't want to. You don't want to do it. You want to go somewhere else.
You don't want to do
Hey,
it.
brother, I'm with you. And it's not just Macca's. The Macca's are not the most guilty here. It's, It's public toilets everywhere.
Absolutely. So, Charlie, on Sunday, you're suggesting when I go to the MCG, I whack a pair of latex gloves in my back pocket for every toilet trip.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. No, I'm with him. Charlie.
What?
Charlie, it's smart. And then you make that snapping sound when you put them on.
Yeah, you really need to.
And everyone else at the urinal tightens up
You're just
a
going
bit.
to feel the anus flinch.
Yeah. Charlie, one of the greats.
Charlie, we're going to send you a Daniel's dozen donuts, which is actually 13 donuts. And you're in the draw for first class and 50K.
This is the second time I went Daniel's Donut.
They're the best. Do you have an issue?
Thank you.
Do you want something else?
Thank you very much.
Are you saying you want something else?
Doesn't matter. Whatever.
Whatever.
He's getting Daniel's donuts. Also,
brother.
Tom slept in and I don't have a price sheet.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thanks, Charlie. Hot tip: latex gloves.
Wow.
Chris, what do you got for us?
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Been listening to you for a while. Love the show. My question is, what do you do when you go in and you've got to actually sit down and, that surface has been sitting there all the while?
Yep, absolutely, brother. Well, here's the thing. You first walk into the cubicle and you take a initial gaze at the seat and see what you're working with. And if it's not too bad, you give it a clean, preliminary cream.
Yeah.
Cream.
Clean?
Yes.
It's another
not
toilet
a
trick.
cream.
A cream.
Yeah.
But if it's full hectic, Chris, you construct another seat with paper, a skin, if you will.
Yeah, a barrier.
Regardless of whether it's dirty or not, I just do that.
A safety barrier.
Regardless.
Interesting, Joe. They should have sprays next to the seat.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
No shit.
Here they
do they?
Yes, like it just.
Never come across one like that.
A little pump.
Chris, look out for it. I promise now that you're aware of it, you'll see there is an extra little pump next to a lot of the toilet rolls on the wall.
Yep.
And it's a bit of mist comes out, a sanitary mist.
Oh, shit.
And you can then clean the surface before I suggest you still place a couple of squares of toilet paper to protect your bottom.
Because
from
when you
the
really
surface.
think about toilets and how many bums have been on those seats, it does make
hot.
you
Well,
cringe.
It's
Incredibly hot,
It's
yes.
the same as when. It's the same as when you go and stand at the urinal. Have you ever looked down at the floor at the splashback?
Oh, yes, mate. And, hey, you never, if you're wearing thongs or flip-flops, as Americans call them, you never go to a urinal. You understand me?
Oh, I never thought about that.
You remember?
Yes?
You remember the old school ones where they had the grates and you had to stand up on the grate?
Yeah, in primary school I remember that.
The cattle grids, the old cattle grids, brother.
Like you say, when you're standing there and you're actually, at the footy and you got someone shoulder to shoulder and you could be wearing your thongs and you can actually feel it hitting you.
Can I ask a question? What's the rule when you're at a urinal? Where do you look?
Directly
Straight
at the
at
man's
it.
penis.
Straight at it. Like at its eye. Your eye wants to meet its eye.
Ash, otherwise it's disrespectful. You understand?
So you look at your own, head down.
No,
the
your
person
neighbour's.
to your left. Always to the left.
Your neighbour's penis.
Directly in its eye.
And you talk to it and you say, "Good day, sir."
Who's a little good boy? Who's a little good boy?
Any questions, Ash?
No, I got it.
Oh, he's waking
That
up.
makes sense.
He's looking at me again.
As you snap those rubber gloves.
Yesterday, Ash, you and I at this time nearly came to blows over Kanye's trash bag display of his new line with Gap, his Yeezy and Gap
I slashed your
collaboration.
tyres later in the day over it.
Oh, thank you for that.
That's all right.
So he has popped up at the Times Square Gap store and he has defended himself and left you a message on why he uses these garbage bags in these stores, because they're elite.
This is like not a joke. This is not a game. This is not just some celebrity collaboration. This is my life. I'm fighting for a position to be able to change clothing and bring the best design to the people.
By putting it in trash bags on the ground.
Apologise to Kanye.
Apologise.
Have you guys ever heard the story of the Emperor's New Clothes?
Apologise.
Sounds boring, that story.
But this is literally it.
This is Kanye's life. He's just fighting for the better, and you are trying to shit on
The better.
him.
No. It's because everyone's going, oh, it's Kanye. It's amazing. It's amazing. No one will call it out and say, that's bullshit.
Babe,
You're
it's
putting it
art.
in."
Ash,
It's art.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. You know the story.
But apologise to Kanye.
I'm not apologising to Kanye.
It's the early show with Dino, Jack, and Ash. Get up and go.
On Nova 100.